Hello, good morning. Very good morning to everyone. Welcome to this webinar on our Diploma in Chemical Engineering in TP. So if you are curious about what we do in the diploma, and if you also wonder what are the career options you will have after the study, then you have come to the right channel. All right. So today we have invited also some of our alumni and some of our students joining us today to share with you about their learning journey with TPCHE. All right. So if you have any question along the in the webinar here, then please scan the QR code. We have Pigeonhole app to collect your questions. All right. So we will try to address your questions later towards the Q&A session. All right. So yeah. So here, this is the QR code. Right. Okay, all right. So to have an overview about the Diploma in Chemical Engineering, let's sit back and enjoy a short video first. Yeah, prepared by the course team. Yeah. Okay, so we are back. So from the video just now, we have seen a few highlights of the diploma in chemical engineering. In that, one is the expanding industry. The second is you will see lots of friendship, the photos or the fun experiences studying here. And also it's a nurturing place for your achievement, right? So next, we would like to show you one more video prepared by our own student interest group, niche, naturally innovative chemical engineer. So the team has prepared a video to show you the 3 years learning journey in TP CHE. Now let's sit back and enjoy this video. Yeah.
Hi guys, today I will
Hello, I'm Kwok Ming.
And I'm Francine, and we are Year 2 students of Chemical Engineering.
Wondering what this course is about? Chemical engineering actually integrates mathematics, chemistry, biology, physics, engineering to build the world.
Come have a look at what you experience in this diploma. In Year 1, we learn foundation subjects like principles of organic and inorganic chemistry. Here, you get to perform fractional distillation to separate different compounds based on their different boiling points.
Besides chemistry subjects, there are others like engineering mathematics, mass and energy balance, as well as thermodynamics. So if you like chemistry and mathematics, this is the course for you. Let's check out what's in Year 2. In Year 2, we delve deeper to learn about chemical reaction, how some industrial machines function, and the work safety precaution when using them. There's also the process of water purification in a wastewater plant and how chemical waste should be properly disposed to protect the environment.
Finally, in Year 3, you get a chance to choose one of these 4 elective clusters.
Selecting the Pharmaceutical and Biologics Technology elective cluster will allow you to deepen your skills in the manufacturing of pharmaceuticals.
And if you select the Applied Chemistry elective cluster, this will allow you to work in research and testing laboratories. Now, if you aspire to become a competent process technician, then the Chemical Processing elective cluster is for you. You get to learn more about process control, oil extraction, and its processing. Finally, for the Semiconductor Technology elective cluster, this allows you to eventually work in the semiconductor industry to produce semiconductor wafers, which are used in many devices such as our mobile phones and laptops.
Do you know that in TP, students get a chance to work with researchers in specialized facilities to carry out industry-related projects?
Yes, come take a look. He's actually testing the concrete quality after having incorporated different plastic aggregates and now testing the composite strength of the concrete.
Now that you have heard about TP Chemical Engineering Diploma, we hope that you make the right choice to join us.
Thanks and see you guys around in campus. Bye!
Bye!
Hi, so hope you enjoyed the video. So the video has shared with us what are the subjects, some of the subjects offered in the diploma, and also share with you about the 4 elective clusters that you may choose in your year 3. Okay, so next, today we invite 2 of our students with us. Let's welcome Ernest and Bernice on stage here together.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm a year 3 student in the Diploma of Chemical Engineering.
Okay, thank you,
And
Bernice.
do enjoy our ski.
Hi Sean, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just looking through my lecture notes while waiting for the teacher. What are you here for?
Your book is upside down.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I'm here to do some experiments for my differential research program.
Ah. Dude, I'm just so stressed out. The term test is around the corner and I don't even understand this topic, man. Dude, I don't even know why I joined this course in the first place.
Well, I don't know about you, but I thought long and hard before joining this course.
Really? Why did you join this course?
I'm glad you asked. Chemical engineers are highly paid professionals. Being one of them gives you a purpose in life. The work of a chemical engineer is always enticing, intellectually stimulating, and versatile. You will be multi-skilled to work in many industries, such as petrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, environmental health and safety.
Yeah, okay. I get the gist of what you're trying to say. Do you carry that wherever you go?
I like to be prepared.
Yeah, anyway, from that, I say that chemical engineering allows us to enter any industry that we want to. But how will we know whether or not we can enter the industry that we like?
Yeah, I guess I really never thought about that. What is working life like?
What kind of place is this? I don't want to work there.
Don't worry.
Who are you? Why are you here?
How long have you been here? How do you get in here? The doors are locked. Should we call the cops?
That isn't important. The important thing is having a job isn't as bad as what you think. I had the opportunity to work for Shell for the past 6 months during my internship, and it was an eye-opening experience for me.
Really? You learn how to break into laboratories and scare people?
No, it's just magic, and magicians never reveal their secret.
Well, I like secrets, so tell us more about your experience.
So during my internship, I actually worked on 2 main projects, risk-based inspection study and condition monitoring location calculation. Take a look at this setup. For every process plant, there are hazards present, and corrosion has always been a problematic issue. To curb this, companies like Shell will actually implement risk-based inspection. So what is risk-based inspection? Risk-based inspection is actually a risk analysis process that actually optimizes inspection intervals to ensure safe and reliable operations. Various piping and equipment like this actually transport different materials like seawater and high-purity ethylene oxide. High-purity ethylene oxide is actually susceptible to the damage mechanism of wet carbon dioxide corrosion, chloride stress corrosion cracking, and organic acid corrosion. Additionally, during my period at Shell, I've actually learned about softwares that I never knew before. For instance, for condition monitoring location calculation, I had to use Navisworks Freedom, a software which depicts a plant in 3D, which is very cool and fascinating. Apart from that, I also had a chance to visit the plant real life on site too. There is so much knowledge that I gained during internship which you can look forward to.
I see. That sounds cool. Where is the location of your work?
Jurong Island.
Ha, so far. I live in the East lab.
Well, you don't have to follow my footsteps. I work for the petrochemical industry. So you can actually, as chemical engineers, we are actually multi-skilled in various industries like the petrochemical, pharmaceutical, biotechnology, environment safety, and health.
Okay, we get it.
Okay,
Hi,
great. We
we
are
are
back.
back. Hope you enjoy the video. By the way, Bernice, are there any alternatives if we do not want to intern at a place too far?
Of course, there are. Our school offers in-house internship and various interesting projects for students like us to work on. For instance, there are projects on the research and development of algae-based biofilm for aquaculture water treatment and the effects of different food waste on earthworm growth. One of my peers has actually worked on incorporating mixed plastic waste in concrete. She took part in the American Concrete Institute Singapore chapter annual project and won.
I see, that's cool. By the way, Bernice, can I ask, are the concepts we are learning now relevant in the industry?
Yes. In school, we acquired lab skills to analyze samples. For example, using gas chromatography to determine the ethanol percentage in an alcoholic beverage. The school has also taught me how to interpret the piping and instrumentation diagram before the internship in the module of process control and instrumentation, which aided me a lot. Modules like work communication, occupational safety health also come in handy too. The things taught in school have assisted me and my peers during internship in both the aspect of hard and soft skills. Now I shall pass back the time to Dr. Miao Huang.
Okay, thank you, Bernice, and thank you, Ernest. So study in TP Diploma in Chemical Engineering is not all about study academically. So we also have a lot of opportunity for our students to participate in CCAs and various competitions. Now let's again sit back and enjoy the video prepared by our student Evan and Sean on their experience in competitions. Yeah. Okay, hope you enjoy it.
Hi guys, today I will talk to you about TP volleyball and what competition is like in Polytechnic. So before a competition, I would usually feel quite nervous because TP got a very strong reputation for volleyball and naturally I wouldn't want to be the batch that loses the winning streak. And during the competition, I would still feel nervous but calm at the same time as we have been training very hard before the competition and have done whatever we need to reach our potential. And usually after the competition, I always feel a sense of relief that we managed to win the gold medal and was very happy with the results. And also felt grateful to our coaches as without them, we wouldn't make it this far. So next, this is the TP volleyball achievements. For Polite is a competition amongst other polytechnics, and IVP is a combination with top 4 polytechnic in Polite and top 4 university in their university games, which is called SUNIC. So this is basically my training schedule. So for Monday, Friday, and Saturday, I will have national team training. Tuesday and Thursday, I will have gym, and Wednesday is for TP training. So I need to manage my time very well. If not, I will not be able to cope with my studies. I participated in this year's SEA Games, and I'll just give a brief introduction. So for volleyball, the first match was Singapore versus Thailand, and Thailand had a very strong team that has won 8 gold medals in the past SEA Games. But we fought hard and managed to win one set against the defending gold medalists. So I would say that some very important key points of learning is to always try your best during training, and don't be scared to try new things. And also asking questions is when you're unsure on certain stuff, will help you improve a lot. And the most importantly is to learn from your own mistake as well as your teammates. So when I feel like you guys should just try to go for different trials and find a sports that will interest you and you have passion for. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sean and I competed in WorldSkills Singapore 2020. Basically, WorldSkills is a competition assessing youth on their mastery of technical skills relevant to real-world industries, either on a national, regional, or international level. Here are the 7 test projects that I completed in my category of water technology. So here are some pictures of my training. This is me working on the Educate, which for me was a very difficult station that took me some time to get accustomed to. And this is the VR station, where I had to get used to wearing the VR sets for long periods of time. Here are a bunch of new chemicals that I had to work with for the water quality station. And finally, this is the titration station. I know most of you are probably familiar with titration, and the only difference here is that instead of hand swirling a flask, I use a magnetic stirrer, and instead of using a common chemical indicator, I use a pH probe so that I can monitor the pH and plot a pH curve. So here are also some pictures taken on the competition day. As you can see, I'm very focused on my task because all these stations are timed, and you're competing for time on whoever who can do the task fastest and the most correctly to gain the most number of points. And as you do your task, you're really afraid of making a mistake because everything you do is being scrutinized by the judges. Additionally, there's also the pressure to perform because the stakes are so high and it's a national competition, so you compare yourselves to the other competitors as well. However, during the competition, I was able to keep it together and keep my cool, and I ended up clinching silver in this category. So to summarize my entire experience, this competition requires lots of commitment. I've had to manage my time to balance my academics and the competition training schedule as well. And I also had to put in lots of time and effort to master the different stations. However, I've walked away with lots of experiences and I've learned many things outside of just the skill area of water technology. But on top of all of that, it was lots of fun. I did learn many new things and I've had fun learning from the different trainers of the test projects and I've bonded with many new people, especially the competitors, over meals across the 3 days of competition. So if you're ever presented with the opportunity to compete in WorldSkills, I suggest you take it because you'll definitely walk away with an enriching experience regardless of the outcome. Thank you for listening.
Okay. All right, so we are back and we have heard a lot from our students about the learning experience. So now, are you curious to hear more about next about our alumni? So today we are honored to able to invite 3 of our alumni with us, joining us to share their experience with you. All right. So now let's welcome our 3 alumni on stage. Okay. Hi, Shizhou, Haiyang, Dr. Ang. Thank you for your time today, joining us. To add on, Dr. Ang was once a TP chemical engineering student many years back, and Dr. Ang was also our lecturer, was previously lecturer in our diploma before he pursued a career in the industry. So yeah, so how are we doing? We are good today.
Hi everyone.
Okay, great. So we would like to hear from Shizhou about what you are currently doing. Would you like to share with us?
Hi. Yes, sure. Yeah, I'm Shizhou. I graduated from chemical engineering in 2017, and then right now I'm pursuing a degree in materials engineering at NTU. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Shizhou. How about Haiyang?
Hi everyone, I'm Hayang. I'm currently studying in SMU School of Business, year 1.
Yeah. Hello everyone, I'm Chung Yan. So graduated from TP in year 2006. Was quite a long time ago. So currently I'm actually in the industries dealing with instruments, analytical instruments. They actually help to serve the healthcare system in Singapore.
So our alumni here are now pursuing different career paths, different industry, and very versatile, industries. Yeah. So let's look back on our journey in TP, Diploma in Chemical Engineering. Is there something that you miss doing in diploma while you study in the course?
Okay, maybe I should start first since mine is the longest time here before.
Thanks.
Yeah, correct. So before my memories actually fades off. Okay, so just kidding. This memory will never fades off because I had a great time when I was a student in TP. So I still remember it's TP. Yeah, so at that time is most importantly is of course we do remember is that the school was quite hectic, but what I feel most memorable was the friendship that we have made, okay, with my classmate then. So remember that we go through all this thing was quite tough, but we go through together as a course rather than individually, and not to say as a class. Because back then we also had 6 classes, and many times we are able to interact with like even schoolmates from different class. In fact, at that time, every semester our classmate changes, so we don't stick to one class throughout our 3 years. So we get to interact with almost everybody in the whole course. So that's something was quite memorable because we also had projects that we worked well together. And of course, not forgetting our my lecturer back then. So they are really very helpful and answer all my questions. And whenever we need help, okay, they are always there for us. So this is something that I'm very grateful to. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ang. So you share about the friendship. That's a very memorable experience. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. How about Shizhou and Haiyang? You want to add on anything?
Yeah, I think I can go next. So I think the most memorable part of my life in TP is actually during my third year. So during our third year, we were all uh we have to attend we have to serve our 6 months internship together with our final year project. So during my third year, I was doing in-house internship with one of our lecturers on water technology. So I think during my third year, it was the most memorable because it was also like the year where I tried a lot of new things and I learned a lot of new stuff. So other than my internship, I took up a club role and I participated in a few competition all at the same year. So I think the amount of things I learned in that third year is actually really a lot, and the friends that I met both in internship and also outside of internship in my clubs are also like some of them are still really good friends with I'm still really good friends with until this day. So I feel like the third year is actually the most memorable year for me.
I'm the last one. I can go next. I guess for me to sum up my time in TP, one thing that I'm really grateful for, and that I remember is exposure. I think I would like to reiterate what Dr. Ang and Shizu have mentioned. One point is Dr. Ang said that the lecturers are very caring. I had really caring lecturers like Dr. Mel, Dr. Ang, who taught me last time, and they do not only give you advice on the subject matter that they are teaching, but they also give you life advice on, the types of careers that you can take in the future other than chemical engineering, because chemical engineering is a very diverse course. And like what Sito mentioned just now, he had exposure in what do you call that, during his 6 months internship, because in TB chemical engineering you have to do a 6 months internship. My time, I did an internship in A-Star where I did research in catalysts. So I was trying to build like catalysts have to lower the activation energy of water splitting reactions. And this exposure that TP gives you is not only in internship in a sense, because TP also have a research program, which when I was an O-level student, graduate after O-levels, I was really intrigued by this program because I get to have exposure to the various kinds of so yeah, the exposure in TP it's a lot. And I appreciate that.
Okay, thanks for sharing. We really hear a lot from our alumni about the nice journey in TP. So we have now we have leave the remaining time for Q&A. Okay, so we do have a question from the Pigeonhole, and please come in with more questions because we have our alumni and also have our student with us on stage to address your question all together. All right. So okay, all right. So from the Pigeonhole, we do have one question coming in that is it okay for me to join if I didn't take a maths in secondary school? Because I heard chemical engineering has a lot of maths, right? So based on our the requirements that we need to have, wow, we have more questions now. Okay, great. Okay, so for the maths question, we need to have one mathematic subject, be it E or A. So that's a requirement for to apply. But in terms of the math skill, let's say you don't have A maths, then it's still it's still okay because there will be some guidance from the teaching team to help you. So on the math skill, any of our alumni or student want to add on in terms of if the student is poor in math, are they able to still cope? Because it's very true that chemical engineering do have lots of mathematics subject. So anyone want to add on to that?
Maybe let me say first because as you mentioned, even I was a lecturer back then as well. So in fact, I also taught year one math at that time. So for the first year, right, usually we will separate the students with the A maths background and without A maths background. We'll separate them into two different lecture. So and then for those both classes were actually taught the same thing, but we split into two different class with two different lecturer. So the one without the A maths background, we will go through a bit slower. So we go through things we are called basic. But the one with the A maths can go a bit faster. But at the end of the day, both class actually will take the same subject. And whether the student in the no A maths background class did worse, no. Actually, some of them did much better than those students with the A maths background. Just for example, even for myself, when I was a student back then, I didn't have an A maths background as well. And at the end of the day, I got A for engineering maths as well. So it's not a big problem.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ong. So we also have a question addressing to Haiyang in particular. So how did chemical engineering lead you to business? Yeah, Haiyang, you want to address this question?
Yeah, sure. To Bunjin, right? Okay. I guess is how they lead me to business. It's I guess because like what I mentioned just now, chemical engineering is extremely diverse. You do not need to uh stay in chemical engineering because you chose this as your diploma and you can't do something else as a degree. So truth be told, I still love chemical engineering, and the things that I learned from my diploma in chemical engineering, it still applies into business because chemical engineers, from what I've experienced in my time in TP, they give you a very generic or it's a very generic course which gives you like the background of the things, the processes, the uh, process flow diagrams, which how do you produce a product. For example, you want to produce uh, petrol, correct? You need to go through fractional distillations in a petrochemical plant. So they will teach you all these kinds of things, which I think is very essential for things. If like for me in business, I need to know like how do I sell my product. But before I sell my product, I need to know how is my product made of, so I can tell my consumers that hey, this product is actually made of this, and it's good because of this. So I think that is also is very good because it gives you a foundation, a very good foundation to maybe next time where if you wanted to start up a business like me, uh, yeah, it helps you in that area. I hope that answered the question. Anyone wants to add on?
Okay, thank you, Haiyang. So here we have a very good question that we would like to address, both pointing towards that diploma in chemical engineering is like offered by multiple polytechnics. So SP also has. So in terms of why do we pick TP instead? So uh, Ernest, you want to address this question?
Yes, I can address this question. Okay, so in my opinion, regardless of whether you go to TP or SP, both of the courses offered by the different schools have one common objective. We want to train and inculcate our students to become successful chemical engineers. So when you go to the industry and your boss give a TP student and a SP student a task, both of them should be able to do it equally well because education has the same purpose, but the learning journey for every individual, be it if you want to compare inter-poly or intra-poly, it will be different. So there isn't an ideal education because everyone's experience will be different. So whether you choose SP or TP, that is not really a question because if you have affirmed your decision to join chemical engineering, what I can say is no diploma is more prestigious itself because it lies in the beholder.
Thank you, Ernest. Thanks for sharing. So also to add on that the diploma course the TP offers, just to highlight the 4 elective cluster. That's the unique part also that can prepare you for the diverse industry. And yeah, so now we have now come to the end of the webinar. Then I hope our sharing from our alumni and our student has helped you to understand better about what we do inside the diploma in chemical engineering, as well as what are the career options you may have after the graduation from the course. All right. So now let's thanks everyone. Thanks alumni and student, and thank you for your time watching this webinar. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone. See you.
See you.
Wish you all the best.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.